Hey gang, Poppy here. Uh, yeah, you can see I'm in the computer. This is Wednesday, the 19th. Yeah, Wednesday the 19th of April, 2023. Uh, Monday, I tested negative for COVID. Yeah, I still feel like garbage. Actually, if I felt like garbage, that would be a major improvement. They say it takes it out of you, saps your strength even after you get healthy. Yeah, I mean, before COVID, I could stay awake like 4 hours with caffeine uh, support. Uh, Maybe 2 hours. And more caffeine? No. Eats the stomach lining. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I got sore throat at the back. I got sinus drainage. I had this irritating cough, unproductive, irritating cough, you know. And of course, it's like impossible to be warm enough, or I'm too warm. It goes. Anyway, I still want to tell you mask, vaccine, social distancing, although that's not perfect. I don't go nowhere but doctor's office and the hospital when it's beyond doctor's office, if you catch my drift. And one of the girls brought it home. Most likely it was Christy. But if I hadn't been vaccinated, I'd be very, very, very sick or dead. So get vaccinated. It's still free. The clinic you go to will still vaccinate you for free. Testing kits, the government will send them to you. Yeah. So you can test at home instead of waiting 5 hours at the clinic and no one wants to be near you. Yeah. Okay. Now, on to something productive. Uh, you see that line at the approximately 6 o'clock on that inner cap here? You know, it's the water tank cap for a Mr. Coffee espresso maker. Well, this part here, the inner part is held in with 4 screws. That's pretty much universal. One company makes them, they sell them to all the people that are selling espresso makers. And most of them, they buy their tank from this guy, and their little 2 cup espresso pot from another guy. You know, their grounds baskets, like there's only 2 or 3 grounds baskets for espresso makers. There's the one that's like so big around and so tall. Then there's this one that's like that big around and it's very, very shallow. All the ones I've run across use this cap. And the reason this cap cracked was this screw here, when I went to put it back in after adding the lever so I could actually turn the damn cap. That is a stupid damn design. Stupid. It doesn't perform the function of giving you a hand grip. It just looks pretty. I want to know who's used underpants. The guy who designed that cap smokes. It's a stupid design. It's made so you can't grip it. I'm not a weakling. I can grab things and turn. But this is made so you can't turn it. Okay. I had to buy a whole new cap. It was $13, all that. Not bad. Shouldn't have had to buy it. Now, this screw was there and it put pressure outwards and this cracked right there. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a bad molding. See, this inner cap, that's a thermosetting plastic, like your Bakelite. You can get it hot once and change it productively. After that, if you get Bakelite too hot, it starts to flake and spall. Now this part, right here, where it says warning, not to be used by... no, this ain't AV. Anyway, this part here is a thermoplastic. I know that because when I took my plastic welder to put these holes so I could slide the tube. See that tube? Slide that in there. Smelled like styrene or maybe ABS. But it's definitely a thermoplastic. The thermoplastic, you get them hot, they'll get soft. Get them hot enough to get really soft. Get a little bit hotter and they start to run. Now, of course, this part, the thermosetting plastic, is right on the hot water. You don't want a thermoplastic on the hot water. That's why they put these decorative caps on them at Mr. Coffee or Braun or Imusa. Some names of espresso makers I've seen. Anyway, if you're gonna go buy an espresso maker and it has one of these caps, I hope you got Superman's death grip, because otherwise you're gonna need to do something like this. A hot trick. After you put your levers on it, screw this back in place and then fill it with plaster of Paris or Dowman's Fix-All or someone's plaster-like material, because plaster doesn't run and get soft when you get hot. Dental stone would be superior because of its dimensional stability and its relative impermeability to hot water. Now, next video, when I can drag myself out to the kitchen with my computer and this eye right here, and of course the rodent I can drag them out to the kitchen. I'm going to record a little video on how to treat your espresso maker with vinegar to remove water scale from inside the tank. Very important. You have to do it periodically. I mean, some people do it once a year, whether or not their espresso maker needs it. Some twice a year. There's people, I'm pretty sure, doing it every month. Some really anal retentive type might vinegar his espresso maker after each cup. Okay. If you're going to do that, why don't you just use distilled water? Like my mommy used to get distilled water for her steam iron, right? And we were living in Michigan when we still had good water in Michigan. We never got our water out the Flint River. No, we were on Detroit water. And, in Concord, down south here in California, a little bit south from here in California, in Concord, we had good water. Really good water. Here in Clear Lake, it's full of iron, calcium, borax, sulfur. That's the well water. If your water company in Lake County takes water out of the lake, that could be nasty. Highlands Water Company up on the hill on 40th, they take their water out of the lake and they run it through this sand drip, the big tank full of sand that comes out the bottom. Every once in a while they back flush and a tanker truck leaves the water company, goes down to Redbud Beach, backs down the boat ramp and pumps all that nasty crap they took out of the water back into the lake. Yeah. And it smell like shit, look like shit, come out of the lake, get filtered out of, and the water, Highlands Water Company, it smells like book mold and chlorine bleach. I mean, you hold a glass of it up and you think of the jokes about if it's brown. It's nasty. Here we're on Golden Cities, California Cities, Golden State or California Cities. I forget what they named it from to the other, but I call them golden showers. It's better water than Highlands water, but it's got a definite yellow iron tinge. Even though they run their water through reverse osmosis and chlorinate it and all that, it don't make it good. I wouldn't put the water that come out of the tap here in Lake County in a boiler. No, I wouldn't. Anyway, next video I'll show you how I do a vinegar treatment on my espresso maker. Maybe I'll have the girls help me move stuff into the kitchen. I don't know. And for dinner, I had Brussels sprouts. And I took a picture of them on the top of the steamer before I turned it on. And these Brussels sprouts, they're blurring the line between Brussels sprouts and baby cabbage. I mean, they're big. I took a couple of pictures, one with my hand sitting right on. I'm going to show you the size comparison. on here. I'm going to, on the end of this video that you're watching right now. So, good night from California. Vaccinate, social distance, mask, gloves. Because it's still a nasty world full of filthy people leaving their shitty and COVID infected fingerprints all over the place. And you may want to douse the maid who does the shopping in Lysol when she comes home from the store. Anyway, good night from California. It's amazing I can laugh because I feel like fertilizer would be a great improvement. Good night.